Here's another side altar at the OMI General House in Rome. Here we find the altar of the vows. This is the very altar that goes back to the time of St Eugene De Mazenod and Father Henry Tampier, when for the first time they professed their vows as missionary of Provence Religious, which later on became the Missionary Oblates of Mary Immaculate Congregation. Along with these vows, with this altar of vows, we find a kneeler of St Eugene De Mazenod. So this now has been kept in our chapel here in our OMI General House in Rome, which was originally kept in our foundation house in Aix-en-Provence in France. So this altar reminds us as well, Oblates of Mary Immaculate, of our commitment to Jesus, whom we follow as chaste, poor, obedient, and most of all, persevering.
In his memoirs written around 1845, Eugene de Mazenod said that in dedicating himself to the ministry of the missions, it was his intention to work especially for the instruction and conversion of the most abandoned souls, and to follow the example of the apostles in their life of devotedness and self-denial. If he and his small society were to convert the most abandoned, they would have to do it as apostles. But how? By imitating their devotedness and self-denial. Devotedness in the sense of Mark's gospel, to be one with Christ. Self-denial in emptying oneself totally into Christ. So this meant that for De Mazenod and his followers, the evangelical counsels or the vows were a prerequisite. In other words, all members must dedicate themselves totally to God through their vows in order to be faithful in proclaiming the good news that in turn is God's total dedication to them. Now please note that Eugene and his early